All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Bloomin' to You, episode 2. We got our introduction to the show, and the characters, and there was a little bit of backpedaling.
A little bit of backpedaling.
You know, which, unfortunate, but to be fair, starting with them being in a relationship from the very get-go, that would be a little bit much.
It would be a little bit optimistic, but it would also be something where it would remove the reason for the show to kind of bring a lot of other characters into the story. We kind of do need to have a myriad of perspectives on this whole thing here. But yeah, we got a student council. We got some stuff going on there. That's good.
Be my manager. Okay, cool. So there's some opportunity for one-on-one interaction and things, and maybe a second try and all that stuff. And getting to see the insecurities and the nervousness over the, wait a minute, would they actually be interested, or was I picking up on things wrong?
Right. Yeah. The amount of necessity for a healthy environment where you can have good communication so that people who are LGBTQ can have a very comfortable opportunity to actually express their feelings in this regard without fear of being immediately
right. Love is hard enough as it is.
Love is hard enough as it is.
You don't need to add any extra steps or complications to make it more difficult or
fuck, they're teenagers.
Exactly.
They're babies.
Yep.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. What? Don't like it? Oh, okay. Soldier on, struggler.
I'm getting huge Uo vibes from her friend.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh. No. Oh. Yeah, just a bit. Oh my god. Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, sure. Actually, thinking about this, because that's still something where it's like...
Damn, that is a
background.
Well, right, but did you see the way that there were the petals underneath the one, but not underneath Nanami?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Thought
boy.
So, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
a triangle already.
It did kind of seem like the traditional competition setup.
It did. Yeah.
And that was how she was taking it. So.
I love how the lighting makes those flowers look like they could be dead, but they're actually just purple and yellow, I think.
I would love to see more visuals like this. And oh.
It extends to the court as well.
But yeah, why the strong preference?
Balls in your court.
Hitting a different demographic?
She's got the mask on hard.
Yeah.
As she's ignoring the opinions of this one here. Yeah. That little bit of dissonance.
Oh, she actually said that out loud?
Yeah. But she whispered it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So who knows how much she heard.
Right.
Oof. Rough. Oh my god. An amazing set. Yeah. Look, we're so perfect as a team.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
No, she doesn't.
She does not.
Oh, man. There's that part of me that's waiting
She's
for the
gonna
twist that... No. That she already confessed and got rejected.
Well, I mean, she said she's been confessed to by girls before, so...
Yep.
Yeah, and rejected them. So,
And it's but now we're back to just normal. It's fine, right?
But even still...
But I just hope this doesn't go nasty. You know?
I mean, it's going to be painful, but it doesn't
For
necessarily
sure.
have to be toxic. That little jab. Thought I'd be the one to read it. See, at least that's what she
there's
thinks.
those little bits thrown in there, but all things considered. Oh boy.
That was cool. I love these first-person POVs.
Yep, and now she's all smiles. Wait, really? No, what? Oh. Yes, thank you. So now... Okay, so she's not... Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Ugh.
Is the moment gonna pass you by? Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Time stopped.
And time's still stopped for her. All right, awesome. Everyone else goes about their regular, just walk home.
And there's also like something sad about the way in which she kind of waited for the train, I think, to come by because nobody else would see too.
Oh, sure. All right.
Fever. All right. Yeah. Campaigning for love. Wow.
Okay.
I'm so glad they
Yes.
already immediately kind of
because
doubled
you
down.
don't just forget about something like that,
Yeah,
especially when you're in high school.
Backpedaling.
Yeah. But we also confirmed it at the same time as introducing the character that's the competition.
Okay. God, these backgrounds are so gorgeous. Paintings. Don't lie. That kind of proves that it was the reason originally. That's why she's asking again. But I like that she's giving that
Right.
kind of thing there, yeah.
But you're also going to talk about the other thing, right?
Mm-hmm. And that means... Uh-huh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Sure.
Cool. I like that as a direction to take it.
Oh.
And so now it's
Interesting,
entirely, all right, main character, what do you want? What are you going to do? She's made her position clear.
Nice. I like that they're also rushing through this storyline a little bit because it's a bit mundane.
Yeah, it's the foundation for them to interact in the forming of their relationship. But we don't need to know the details of the actual election.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh
shit.
I don't know myself. Yeah, she definitely is. She definitely is mask on. Like. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
She
somewhat.
literally said, "You make my heart flutter."
Yeah.
Oh.
Koito.
Wait.
Did she not even realize she was
didn't?
doing it?
Oh, I don't think she did.
Right.
That was almost like a Mr. Darcy, like.
Yeah. She didn't feel anything again. She was just testing to see.
But she's not.
She's not. Yeah, she wants to know what that's like.
Right.
Yeah.
And she told you.
Oh, God, this is so good. Like, Okay. We're setting up so much good stuff here.
I love that it's going through the process of her actually questioning and not being sure and the insecurities and
Okay. Do you do that
mechanical.
too? Do you word out sometimes your text as you're typing them out? Oh.
Actually want to be.
This is actually a really interesting thing that I'll bring up in the discussion. Oh, wow. A cafe au lait? Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. No, this is. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hanging on your every word, yeah. Yeah, thank you, yeah.
And that's where the title of the show comes in, right?
Nice. Nice.
That was great.
Fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah. This ain't no basic romance where we're doing like double, delaying.
Yeah, like it's already.
We're telling a specific type of romance.
Exactly.
Where someone doesn't know what it feels like to be in love, so they don't self-sabotage. They literally don't know what their feelings are about this.
I want to make a Toradora comparison, even though they're totally different shows, but Toradora was about the characters finding out what love means, right? This is about the main character actually experiencing love, right?
Yeah. This is something that I have a big thing to talk about in the discussion regarding the the way in which Koito is set up as the person who's read a lot of shoujo manga and stuff, and thus doesn't have even necessarily the most helpful image of what love even is.
Yes.
So
yes.
the idea that there are people...
if there's no flutters...
Well, right, but there's the idea that there's people sometimes that will say and do things that will make you have this, like, kind of inclination where it's not strong, like, explosive, heart-fluttering, doki-doki romantic love, but there's something else in that. So, all right, cool.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I love this episode.
Yeah, this episode.
I love this episode so much.
Like we doubled down so hard on the type of show this is going to be, and we didn't pull the rug out from under any of this.
Yes,
we are absolutely directly addressing the feelings of both the characters right now.
This retroactively makes me love the fact that there was backpedaling in the previous episode. Like, and I don't think I've ever seen that happen in a romance anime. Like,
so quickly.
Well, yes, so quickly, yes. But just in general, like, usually if the backpedaling happens, it's because, no, we don't actually want to make progress. This is because, no, they're going to say it was a character moment, the insecurities and the just not wondering what, like, not knowing what to think or thinking like they should think.
They didn't tell us that, but it's the worry that sometimes stories, when they get into character writing with romance and stuff, they won't be able to separate the character decisions from the plot contrivances for that stuff.
The characters will be written in such a way to have those insecurities so that way they can tease it out and not actually make progress.
Exploring the character.
Exactly. And with this, they're like, no. We know that you love to have progress, even though we do need to explore the fact that these characters are going to have all of these different feelings and emotions and thoughts and stuff, and that needs to be explored. So we're going to have things go real quick in the first episode, backpedal in that same episode, and then start the next episode.
That confusion
very quickly,
in the middle.
Exploring it and having it progress to a
and be
point
addressed
twice. Twice and with wonderful concrete ways, right? Like, and even when she does the thing that, holy shit, she actually kissed me and said that you make my heart flutter and everything, and she still is thinking, could I still have been thinking about that wrong? If that's something that happens and actually leads to a backpedaling, a real backpedaling after that, right? That's like egregious, right? Like it would be almost impossible for me to actually be invested in the story after that, because then it's like, okay, come on, I can't take this seriously. Like really, give me something here.
Yeah.
But no, she's like, the insecurity still happens because she's like, this is all very new and everything. But then she goes to try and see for herself, and then she's like, oh, no, yeah, that's okay.
Right. But this is where things get complicated. She didn't forget that it happened. She didn't try to be like, oh, does she like me or not? The question is not about whether she likes me or not. This is the thing that I think is so important to distinguish this from typical other kinds of scenarios like this, where the person kisses them and then there's no progress after that. It's because she felt nothing. She felt nothing.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when you are in a situation with someone where you are incongruent, you are not in sync, like the Psyche and Nanami, two of them were like in volleyball and stuff, it is a very, very insecure feeling to basically understand, I am not as equally invested in this dynamic and relationship as they are,
and I'm holding their heart in the palm of my hand.
Well, not only that, let's not focus on that right now. What I wanted to focus on is the idea that she is thinking about her own feelings. She is not thinking about Nanami's.
Right. Okay, yeah.
She is thinking about the way in which, Nanami's not like me. She doesn't have this same thing there. I thought that we were going to have this bond because of what Nanami said in the first episode about how, she's never felt that way before. Yep. And that she's like, wait, no, she lies. She's lying. Not only does she feel this way kind of about me, but she has felt this way before. This is not a new thing for her. This is a whole thing.
Right, because she was able to be this confident about it, and maybe.
Well, no, she was able to experience it so strongly.
No, right.
So from such a small thing.
No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's like experienced this before.
Okay, that's fair. But
yeah, it's something where with the level of confidence that Nanami acts with, and the fact that on top of that, the point of common ground on something that's so important to Koito, right? Where she thought they would be able to connect, and originally they were connecting a lot, but then Nanami very quickly fell in love with her kind of because of that, right?
Yep.
Now it's we don't have that anymore, and so what do I do? And I have all these insecurities about this.
Yeah.
And you do, but you also don't, and so
I think
you know.
Again, I think it's also that she's not pulling back just because there was a disconnect in the thing there. It's because she didn't feel anything.
Oh, no, totally,
she would love to feel something about it.
Yes.
In fact, I think that's why she specifically held the hand was, do
I
I
feel
feel anything about this? She's remembering back to all those moments, just...
Yep.
It's all colored over with, well, not colored over. It's grayed out, basically. It's like film edited just to, be grayscale. And then it's But she leaps in her fucking, skirt just like, just from that.
Uh-huh.
So
she could probably feel her pulse actually, like, speed up just by holding her hand.
Yeah, and then it's she immediately addresses, no, I'm not going to ask you to go out with me.
Yeah.
As we went out for coffee for the thing there,
right?
The thing that is lovely about this is that while Nanami is absolutely pursuing a relationship in the colleague sense, she's also pursuing a relationship just in the just general sense, which means that it's Nanami, you're lying a little bit.
Well,
you're saying that you are doing it for this and stuff, and yet let's be real, honey. Let's be real. That is that is a factor. You can put over but no. There's some things only you can do. In the same way that she was talking with the volleyball girl, she saw right through it and was just
right. Well, and the thing that I think is very important here is how much of it is a mask that Nanami has for other people versus also a mask that she has on for herself.
It doesn't matter when it comes to other people, though, because it affects them all the same. I think it is a powerful thing for Nanami's character, but in terms...
Huh?
Yeah, the mask is something that, regardless of how she desires to use it, or how she kind of views it, the other people are going to be affected by it all the same, because Nanami is wearing a mask.
I mean, yes, they will be affected by it, but it will not be the same effect.
No, it will be pretty close, yeah.
Okay, maybe agree to disagree on that one, but because like with the situation of the hey, I'm not going to ask you to date you or anything. Just let me be in love with you. Yeah. Right? That's
mask off.
That's mask off. That is almost unrealistically mature for the fact that they're in high school, right?
Yep.
It's awesome, way to go. That is the way to handle it in a situation so that you can still have the relationship be good, because you're being honest about your feelings, because that can make things messy and stuff. And if you're not honest with him about that, then it will absolutely cause trouble. But it's also I don't need you to. My feelings are not dependent on how you feel.
Right. That's very good. Very
I am
mature.
confident in my own love that I have for you, and I do not need anything from you, so there will be no demands, right, or anything like that, right? I just want you to know that this is how I feel.
Right.
And then we can go about our regular interactions or whatever.
Yeah, there's something beautifully mature about it. There is obviously the, grain of salt where it's we have to, assume she's being 100% honest a little bit with that. But there is actually a lot with regards to the idea that she's just communicating her feelings here and setting proper boundaries. I think that's probably the thing that's really, really important here, is because Koito still ended the episode with, "You really don't play fair," which is interesting here, because there's something about when you're involved with somebody like this where they and this is something I believe that Koito is bringing in. This is the big thing I wanted to bring up from the discussion side of things here. Koito believes romance and love and all that looks a certain way.
Yep.
So when she sees things going not the way that she would expect them to go, she kind of inherently rejects it a little bit. Even
Yeah.
if she's not overtly like rejecting Nanami, she's kind of got a little bit of a
in a lot of ways,
a defense up in
she's
that regard.
internalized it and told herself that the fact that that her experience with love isn't like in the shoujo manga, she's kind of told herself that it's her fault.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
that there's something wrong
Good.
with me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. So so let me get into that here. This is something that I have seen many times. It is not a thing that I think is cultural. I think it might be in the sense that maybe it is cross-cultural for a lot of women, but I think that there's an element of where women are told, I feel like, a lot that they have to have like a specific handle on their feelings and know what they are and have all this kind of stuff figured out.
Okay.
And there's something wrong with not understanding your feelings. Like there's something wrong with that.
Okay.
Because with Nanami, she's very, I would say, confident with how she shifts kind of things around in the story to where the other girl, Psyche, I believe, is basically told, this is entirely just because of the way in which she's going to be able to reach the first years from a political standpoint. It makes sense in that regard. I think that that's a honest
that is
honest thing.
I think that is a true fact, and
that is a fact,
and it is something that she
right.
Like she sifted and searched for that fact because she wanted her to be the one that's doing it.
Right.
But she's like, no, there is actually a good reason.
Right. But the thing about that is that there is something inherently deceptive about it. There's a difference between speaking factually and being honest. The reason why she did this initially was not because of the political stuff there.
No, it's because, oh shit, I think I fucked it up and I want to give it another shot.
Yep.
Can you be in this situation so that we'll have more time to interact so that I can try again?
So I can try again. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, to be fair, to Nanami's credit, it might be a part of her where she's like, well, that was taken care of because we ended up talking about it and I realized that it wasn't something that she like, I didn't actually like fuck things up with her, right? Like it wasn't something where her response was like some big negative thing that I had to like patch up or whatever, right? And so actually it's no big deal, but now that I've thought about it, it would actually be pretty great to have her here for yada yada reasons and and bias and all that stuff.
Yes, of course. But the thing that she's doing, is something that both girls noticed about Nanami, that she doesn't play fair. And what that I would say is code for is that she is very charming, suave, and perhaps a bit manipulative. This is something where what she's doing is all above board, is very good, very mature, but it's something where in her wake necessarily, she doesn't necessarily understand the feelings of Koito or Psyche's feelings in this situation, and that's not her responsibility.
Yep.
Entirely, not really.
Right.
But it's the if she is somewhat aware of kind of what she's doing, there's an opportunity for some empathy, for some stepping outside of yourself and kind of checking in that regard, especially given how close she is with Psyche, and especially since she's going to get very close to Koito eventually.
Yep.
Having a little bit more checking in that regard would be good, because this is what I was trying to get at earlier with the whole understanding feelings thing here, is that Koito is not capable of really checking in with herself because she doesn't understand her own feelings.
Oh.
She doesn't feel anything about this, but in that respect, I feel like that's got to be some form of like, I
don't want this to be a pedantic thing, but I do want to get a better understanding of what you're saying. So would it be that she doesn't have a good understanding of her feelings, or it's that she does have a good understanding of her feelings, but the thing is that there aren't really any feelings, and she wants there to be, right?
Right. But no, but I think you can't separate. You can't separate my feelings don't look this way,
right? And
versus
so,
I have no feelings, and this is something that I see a lot of specifically like women having these issues where it's my feelings aren't responding in the woman way, the typical feminine way that they expect their feelings to be. Oh, it should be a doki flutter things there.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why it gets so universal, right? It's not based on a particular culture, and you could even take it outside of the gender divide.
No, I'm not trying to make it a gender thing.
No,
I'm just saying
but
that's how she.
Right. Love is something that human beings are so obsessed with, en masse, right? So that then there's these preconceptions that you don't have to hold to, because that what it is for a bunch of people doesn't mean that has to be what it is for you.
Right.
And given that she hasn't experienced that yet,
how can she understand something that she hasn't experienced? My point is that she is in this double whammy, in my opinion, where she hasn't experienced the love feeling yet, which love is not a feeling, by the way. Love gives you feelings.
Right, it has a lot of feelings that go with it.
It has a lot of feelings go with it, but love is not a feeling. love is so much more powerful than that.
And that's where you could get into the whole thing of like a bunch of different languages having multiple words for love, because just the word love is too simplistic
exactly.
and reductive.
That's the idea of where she kissed her and said, that's the kind of love I have for you.
Right.
What she's basically saying is she's answering the question of, well, you don't love me like that. But
no, I do. Yeah,
it's
right.
like, no, I actually do. Yeah. I'm
going to tell you in no uncertain terms,
But what I love so much about this is that there are so many times where people will think their feelings or lack thereof, quote unquote. I put this in big air quotations because
is it like,
because this is the part that I get so like I don't know, not like empathetic, but it hurts me in a way. I don't think I'm necessarily feeling the exact feelings that they're feeling, but there's maybe sympathy, I guess is the right word.
Sure.
But I feel pain from this because there are so many people I feel like that believe that they're emotionally stunted because they compare their feelings to other people's feelings.
Right.
And thus they then grade themselves on well, I'm just a cold, unfeeling person. I don't feel anything. And then when someone comes to them with I'm in love with you, they then go, I don't feel like I don't feel like I can say that back to you because I'm comparing it to the way that you did it. And it's no. That's the thing. Love is so infinite in its beauty that it doesn't have to be something that comes with doki fluttering and stuff like that.
And that's where I think the visual aspects of this show are so important. But also, it's so nice that, like, using the OP as an example, they can just really make it so gorgeous, right? Well, yes, bloom into you, right? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be there at the start. It just might be a little seedling out of the ground. But with the moments that happened, the hand-holding, the kiss, all of that stuff, going by the visuals, Koito, you weren't feeling nothing. You weren't feeling doki.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, right? Even just I'm frustrated because I'm not feeling love, right? That's a feeling in and of itself, right? Now, that might not necessarily feel very helpful because you're specifically wanting to feel love, right? Like, if that's possible.
Or to feel doki.
To feel doki. Well, yeah.
I could get in probably just some debates with people where they're like, no, love is a feeling in and of itself. It literally is chemicals firing off in your brain. It's
and that's where I think
chemistry, basically,
and that's why I think it goes into the, the word love is too reductive.
It's way too reductive.
Way too reductive.
Yeah.
And
it's
in
what
addition,
makes the world go round.
Right. And so I love that in this romance story, that's a single core where they can't really waste time. We add the complication of.
I mean, there might be a season 2.
Who knows?
Necessarily getting it
that is definitely a possibility. But like we said before the episode even started, oh my God, you take love is hard enough as it is, and then you add complications of does this person, are they even really meaning that? Could they feel this way about me? All of that stuff, and then on top of that, we're adding this girl has really bad a really bad idea in her mind of what love is because of she read a bunch of shoujo manga.
And
right?
while she doesn't necessarily have a horrible or bad view on it, it's that
it's not going to help her plight.
She doesn't have a helpful one, right? Exactly. Right. It's one that is it's one that is having her fixate on the immediate interactions at the moments where Nanami is feeling the doki doki stuff.
Yep.
That's not necessarily the ones where you are. But if you remember in the first episode, there were a couple things in there where it was from your perspective, things kind of went full color and everything there.
Right. And this is where I want to this is where I want to bring up a specific bit of dialogue from this episode because it would have frustrated the shit out of me if it had gone a different way. Yeah. And instead, I think it just shines a spotlight on how this kind of stuff can work. The fact that she's like, oh, it's not like, it's not like she actually feels, feels that way about me when she was trying to like rationalize the kiss or whatever, right? It's not like, her heart flutters or anything when she literally said, you make my heart flutter, right? And so it's memory is a weird thing, right? And just because you think something went one way, that isn't necessarily how it went, right? Because you don't...
There are more people than just you.
There are more people than just you. And words that don't mean anything to you...
Could mean everything.
Could mean everything to somebody else. Yeah. And because of that, they might not stick in your memory, right? Because it's just they're talking to me, but, whatever. Whereas for them... they are hanging on your every word, and the things that they're saying, they're bearing their soul, right? Like
it's the same thing as the moments at the volleyball court where Nanami didn't actually think about the way her words came across. The fact that she's like, "Oh, I want to build trust with her." Oh, so you don't want to build trust with me? And then the other thing that I think was even more like subtle and under the surface there.
Is this even needed at this point?
No. It's the moment there where she's like. Fuck, I hate this video player here. You're not getting complacent because everyone's saying you win. She's basically saying there's... that way they can see how willing I am to listen to other people's opinions. And she kind of says this so enthusiastically,
right?
As she's not listening to her friends' opinions about this,
right? She's a cement roller right now, right? And she
doesn't play fair.
Well, and the thing is she doesn't realize that she's not playing fair.
But that's the thing that's why I'd say the difference of whether or not she's aware of how her mask is affecting people, it doesn't matter what her approach is to her mask. It is going to affect the people that she's doing this all the same. Is that when she puts on I'm doing it for this reason. I'm the politician. She's literally the politician. She's, in my opinion, a really good liar because she's lying to herself a little bit. Just a little bit. Not necessarily a lot, but because we don't know too much of her internal perspective. But also the way in which she is able to maximize the most out of people despite the conflict that's still in the middle of their dynamic here. The way in which she can still have this really good in-sync moment and stuff with the volleyball. Like this thing here didn't affect the volleyball. Nope. If anything, because of the way it ended at the last bit there, she does the... well, you don't play it fair, basically.
Right, because it's they can be totally in sync on this one thing, and yet she totally misses the other side of things.
Yeah.
And so, with regards to the playing fair, not playing fair thing, with regards to the way things ended with the you don't need to date. I'm not going to ask you to date me and all that stuff, right?
Episode,
just let me be in love with you. Like. Yes, on the one hand, that's not playing fair, but I think the reason that that's not playing fair is because it's a very competitive way to basically say, I'm not going to pursue you, but I'm going to make myself as conveniently nearby as possible. So if for some reason your feelings ever change, you know that I'm here, you know what my feelings are, and so there you go. right?
Yeah, it is not Nanami's responsibility to basically have her feelings be. Nanami does not have to have her feelings be beholden to Koito's.
Exactly.
Their feelings are their own individually, and there is nothing that Nanami is saying that basically says, "Hey, my feelings for you are going to be communicated
right
here,
and
even if you are not able to reciprocate or anything like that right now. That's okay, but it's not the." Oh, I will keep loving you even if you reject me.
No, it's just she is basically aggressively setting herself up for success in the future.
Yep.
Right. And it's very clear that she's doing that, even though she's doing it in the way that is the respectful, hey, these are my feelings.
Yeah,
and you don't need to worry about them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's so much to say positively about Nanami that I wanted to make sure that we looked at the ways in which she's not being very sensitive to other people's feelings.
Right. And that's the part about it that I find so fun from a character angle, because she does such a good job of hitting the notes of that kind of consideration.
Right.
That I would say it has allowed her to be completely oblivious to what the actual feelings of the person are.
Yep.
Right. So she totally misses the best friend that's like,
Best friend.
Yeah. And she also totally misses the whole situation with Koito that could theoretically be a bonding thing for them, because if she were able to realize that that's what Koito was going through, and also Koito could communicate the situation.
No way that...
She has no reason to be expected to know all of that stuff. But if there were to be communication over that, she could be more open about what the situation is with her, and that might also be something that would be helpful for Koito, because then she realizes
Koito needs to communicate
exactly.
is the basic kind of thing here. But
and so because of all of this stuff and the way that it's getting at the feelings of these characters, and specifically the main character in such a specific way, that makes it to be something where we're not just excited for the characters to get together because we want them to get together and all that stuff, or they have a personal issue that they've both helped each other through. It's literally, if they get together, that means that Koito has overcome this personal struggle and all of that other stuff that would inherently come about as a result of that. So, or in order to get there. And so, I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Persona 5 Roll Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.